Hello, my dear students. A very good morning to all of you. So, in the previous class, we were discussing about the advantages of email. So, today we will continue with the disadvantages of the email. The email have many advantages. However, the email services have certain drawbacks too. So, the first drawback is the emotional responses. Some emails you get from your relatives, from your friends, may upset you or cause anger or discomfort. Second is the lack of personal touch. It means the latter, which is in the handwritten format, gives you certain feelings, while the email lacks that personal touch that a handwritten card or letter gives when it comes to relationships. For example, you are sending a messages, a email to your friends, to your family, to your relatives. You have some personal touch regarding with them. It means with them you have such feelings which you can present in a handwritten letter, but it lacks while it comes to the email. That personal touch become lack. It means it is missing while you are sending an email. Next drawback is virus. A virus can seriously affect your computer. If you want to use an email, you need to know how to deal with these viruses. So various viruses are available. If you are using an email, you are using an internet. That is there is a condition that a virus can occur into your computer. It can affect your computer, it can damage your files. So you should be aware about these viruses and you should take care while using an email. Next is misinterpretation. Due to the lack of facial expressions and emotions, there may be misunderstanding while interpreting the emails. It means a person cannot see the gestures, the facial expressions, and there is a lack of emotions too. So it can be the misunderstanding while interpreting the emails, while understanding the emails. Okay, so these four are the disadvantages of the email. Now let us move to the next topic, that is the email address. To send or receive emails, you need to have an address which is called an email address. For example, www.gmail.com. So when you will visit to this website www.gmail.com, you will get a login page. In that you have to write your email address, your username. It can be abc@gmail.com. So that address is called an email address. And email address functions like a postal address. For example, if you are writing a letter and you are going to a post office to submit it, you have to write the details, the address. So here the email address contains the details. It functions like the postal address. It denotes the location on the internet where a message has to be sent. An email address usually consists of three parts. The first is the username, that is ABC, the @ symbol, and finally the domain name, that is whether you are using a Gmail, so it would be gmail.com. If you are using a Yahoo Mail, it would be yahoomail.com. If you are using a Rediff Mail, it would be rediffmail.com. Together, an email address should read a username @domain.com. You may choose any name for the username. For example, if my email ID is there, I will choose a name saloni@gmail.com. However, you must remember it always. The symbol @ will separate the username and the name of mail server, that is the Gmail or a Yahoo or a Rediff Mail. So your username is, my username is Saloni. So I will write Saloni, then @ and gmail.com. So @ is used to separate your username and the name of the mail server. Domain name is the name of the mail server. For example, yahoo.com is a domain name. A typical email address looks like viva@yahoo.com. Many people can share some domain name like ravi@yahoo.com, riya@yahoo.com, rekha@yahoo.com. Okay, so this is the concept of email address. Now let us see how to create an email account. An email address can be created easily through an email client website. The mail servers in such websites assign every user with a unique email address. It means each and every user who are using a mail address is given a unique email address. For example, if already one ID is created with the name ravi@yahoo.com, then another mail ID cannot be created with the same name. You have to add some special symbols, some numbers or any other identification to make it unique. Some of the websites that provides free email accounts are www.gmail.com, yahoomail.com and hotmail.com. Now let us learn how to create an email account with Gmail. So here we are learning that how to create a mail account using a Gmail. First, you have to connect to the internet by double clicking the Internet Explorer or the Google Chrome. So you can use any of the browser, whether you can use an Internet Explorer or a Mozilla Firefox or a Google Chrome. But you should have an internet connection in a mobile phone in your PC from where you are going to create an account. Then you have to type gmail.com in the address bar and you will be visited to the Gmail site. A Gmail login page will be there. Then you have to click on the link create an account which is presented at the bottom. Okay, so now let us see, this is a Gmail page. So here we have written gmail.com and you will see that whenever you are writing a gmail.com, a Gmail page will be login and here they will ask your email ID, your password and sign in. But if you have not created an account, then first you have to create your account. So here at the bottom an option is available, create an account. So when you will click on that option, you will see that creating an account box will be appeared where you can type your details, you can write your name, you can write your password if you want to generate, you can type your personal details. It means when you will click on create an account, a next page will be generated where you have to type your details. It means the columns will be given to you for name, for birth date, for your address, for the username you want to create, for the password you want to create, your gender. Okay, so everything will be asked. So you have to fill the details. You will get a form where you have to fill in the information that has been asked for. You need to answer the questions like your name, email address you prefer, password and your date of birth. Be very careful while creating your password. Make sure that you remember it. Keep changing your password periodically and never save your password in your internet browser to maintain the security of the password. Okay, so when you are creating a password, you must remember that password so that you can remember it. You can change it periodically. It means every month you can change it so that you cannot forget your password. And please remember, do not save your password in your internet browser so that it remains secure. Nobody can access your email ID. There is a section in the form of includes a security questions which make it possible for you to retrieve the password in the case you forget it. Okay, so now when you will click on the next button, the next page will be generated. That includes some security questions, that what is your favorite food, what is your favorite game. Some security questions will be there, so you should answer accordingly. So that is to retrieve your password. In some cases it is possible that you forget your password and you want to open your Gmail ID. Then you can go to that security questions pages and you can answer the questions which were given by you. The questions that you choose to answer in the form is asked by the Google to verify your identity, that whether it is you only you have created an account or not, and then only the permission will be allowed to change the password. So if you have forgotten your password, now you want to access your email ID, then you have to go to that security page where you can answer the questions which you have answered earlier, and then only you will be get opened with your Gmail account. Now in the next section of the form, you have to type the code which is shown in the box for the security reasons. At the end, you have to agree the terms and services. After reading the text properly, click on I agree. Okay, so there are certain rules and regulations which a Gmail provide you. So you have to read the terms of services. After reading it, you have to click on the button I agree. After completing the form and agreeing to the terms and conditions, your email account is created and you receive a new email address and password. Okay, so after clicking on I agree button, after accepting the terms and conditions, your email account is created. Now you will receive a new email address and a password, and here when you will type that new email address and password and click on the sign in button, your Gmail account will get opened. Now let us see how to log in and sign in it. The steps for entering into a personal email account is called a login. Now to log in an account, you must supply a proper email address and the password which is generated by you, and then click on the sign in button and you will get signed in to your Gmail account. Okay, with this we are finishing our session. We will continue with the topic components of an email window in our next class. For now, bye bye. Have a great day ahead.